I mean, basically, Sharknato is about a bunch of sharks that are picked up by a tornado off the coast of Mexico, and they get deposited in Los Angeles. They create havoc, and then basically the big tornado full of sharks destroys Los Angeles. Though there's that kind of gray area that the heroes dropping bombs into them may have probably destroyed more of Los Angeles than the tornado if they would have just left it alone. So
where did this idea come from?
it's just stuff that's been floating around. You know, I made a joke about it in one of my scripts that aired on the network, and I always thought it was a funny idea, and it just kind of took on a life of its own, and then it ended up a movie, and suddenly now it's a phenomenon.
And besides the twist and the storyline, how do you make it different from other shark movies?
Well, the one thing, Thunder, who wrote the script, put a couple Jaws references in there, which, you know, that's a given. But when I got hired, I purposely avoided watching the first Jaws movie because I did not want to be influenced by it. But I've seen it, so if something osmosisly kind of came, you know, if something, you know, through osmosis came through, fine. But I didn't want to watch it because it's too easy. It's like, or if things we were thinking about were there, maybe it's like, yeah, then we'd change your mind. But I did watch Jaws 2, 3, and 4 because I wanted to see how not to make a shark movie. And also they made, you know, they were making like they were low budget movies kinda. They were like what's being done now. So and I just wanted to find different things we could do. We storyboarded all these sequences, so we had 18 days to shoot this movie, so we knew exactly what we needed to make it happen. And that was kind of like the challenge, is that how can we accomplish this stuff? And how can we cram in all of this stuff into this small movie? Because you're not supposed to be able to do this. A friend of mine who's in the movie, Robbie Rist, I showed him the rough cut. And the thing he said after the movie, he goes, it's a movie that doesn't know it can't do that. And then it's funny, now that all this stuff's happening, I kind of adopted it. It's still a movie that doesn't know it can't do that. We're a TV movie with no marketing budget. And everybody we have more people know about this movie than Lone Ranger right now, and I don't get it, and I love it. And
So I mean, truly you don't get it?
no, I don't get how we could be this small little thing and then it get embraced the way it did, because it doesn't happen to these kind of things. And you know, these kind of movies, you know, they get attention, or maybe they have a cult following, but they never become this full-blown phenomenon. Yeah, you name one made-for-TV movie that.
So what makes this one unique?
Because we wanted to do something cool. And the title got people there, but it could have just been like, oh, we're going to watch a terrible movie, and then they got sucked into it, and like, wow, there's a lot of stuff going on in this. And whether you like it or hate it, that end scene where he gets swallowed and chainsaws his way out, that was the moment where whatever you thought about it, you were with us because you knew we were in on the joke. So.
I haven't seen it, but I want to.
I just spoiled it for you.
No.
Now you're sad. Look, don't cry. Please, don't cry.
I'll try not to.
You're getting tears on your camera.
Talk a little bit about being at Comic-Con then. Are you here talking about the film, or are you here just kind of...
I'm just, I mean here, and just because I come every year.
You do?
Yeah, I come every year.
You're used to this madness.
I'm used to being inconspicuous and just kind of walking around, and it's a little different because then people go, oh, you did this movie. And it's like, oh, okay. Because I've directed 3 movies prior to this, and I've written 6 films that have been produced. So, but this is the one that everybody suddenly got excited about. So it's like, it's different. It's a different kind of feeling, and it's great because, you know, I made it for the fans, and the whole world adopted it for whatever, you know, as a phenomenon or whatever. But it was made for the people that are here at Comic-Con because I'm a fan. And I started off as a fan, and I wanted to make something for people like me that wanted to see something weird and strange.
Apparently you did a kick-ass job of it.
Yeah, thank you.